Contemplating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to No Sleep, the podcast. I am AJ Simmons, 1/3, possibly 1/4 of your podcast this evening. We're a comedy podcast.
It's nice to meet you, AJ.
Hey. You're pretty cute. I have a few jokes, if you'd like.
Sure.
Let's hear them.
Warm up the crowd a little. Warm up the podcast. All right, first joke. Tattoos. As you can see, I have a lot of tattoos. I love tattoos because tattoos, in my opinion, make you look tough. And by tough, I mean like you've smoked weed out of a pop can before. A smattering of laughter.
Golf clap.
Yes.
Next joke. I won't even give myself a rim shot, mainly because I didn't have the app ready, but that's fine. All right, next joke. This one will get you. Fall is now upon us, and it might be my favorite season of all. I love fall because that's when I finally get to wear my hoodies again, or as I call them, the fat man's invisibility cloak.
Yes.
Nice.
It's not even a joke.
Relatable.
Yes.
Ain't no joke.
A nationwide recall of apple juice has expanded to major retailers with over 100,000 cases being recalled for potentially harmful levels of arsenic. But that's what you get for hiring that old, warty cartoon lady in a black robe at the apple juice factory.
Poisonous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny because I was like, they're going to hate that one and love the rest. And it was the exact opposite. Interesting. But that's it for me.
Oh. All right. My turn.
Tom McGraw.
AJ loves tattoos. You guys here? You know what tattoo loves? The plane. Okay. Fantasy Island. The old guys got it. All right.
Beautiful.
I was telling these guys before I got here, I bought a new washing machine. I don't know what the hell's going on, but my shirts keep shrinking because I'm getting fatter, you guys. That's a joke. Okay. Did you guys hear about this? The robot controlled by a king oyster mushroom blends living organisms and machines. Oh. Yeah, have you heard about that? Pretty crazy. The scientists took it to a party. They said it was a pretty fun guy. All right. Well, I won't be writing for someone terrible anytime soon.
Now to Alex Carter, our cleanup batter.
I had absolutely nothing. Didn't even cross my mind once today.
It gets the biggest laugh.
Got any jokes, Wes?
Anything you're working on?
Yeah. You got any new premises today?
I did have something written down.
Oh.
Let's take a look here. Haven't done anything.
Great.
Yes.
He's like, what's the deal with Kamala? That's all I got so far. Kamala.
I
was
am
correct.
bombing here. This is, this was a stupid observation. It's not even an observation, but it's, I think it's already been done. I have no confidence in my jokes, as you can tell.
You're falling apart.
No, but I was just thinking about police work and how much it's changed over time. Like it used to be like really detectives, like trying to figure out, read people and question and, pinpoint clues and all that stuff. And like now it's like, we arrested him. What'd you find out? Yeah, he Googled, how do I murder my wife an hour before she was found dead.
Yes.
So we're pretty sure it's him.
Yeah.
So that's it. Boom.
Nice.
Right. Band leader laugh shot.
Yeah, all murders used to happen in groups of people. Never mind. And that was Wes's joke.
Don't put this on me.
Hey.
I'm still trying to understand where you were headed.
Agatha Christie. I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Real thinker.
The Glass Onion. Stuff like that.
Shit like
Murder
that.
mysteries.
Yeah. Red Shoe Diary.
Yeah, sure. There was a lot of nipples too. involved with murders.
Always is.
The old nipple murders. Remember those?
Of
The
legend.
nippler.
The nippler. Ooh, that'd be a scary Halloween. That's gonna be my Halloween costume.
He's just wearing that. Yeah. He's just like, I'm the nippler.
Oh God!
Now show me yours. No, I'm gonna have like a line of nipples, like a cat.
Oh yeah.
Line them up.
Prostheses.
You
I think
remember,
Ed Gein had a belt of nipples.
Yeah, that's right.
is that true?
That is true.
That is-
Good God.
Yeah, because he had the lampshade thing is true. I believe that he had like an entire lampshade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sizable lampshade made out of
How many?
human
There's
skin.
so many horror movies inspired by that one dude.
Psycho,
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Signs of the Lambs,
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill is.
Yeah. There you go.
Many more.
Wes
Yeah.
just rattled three
Cool
off.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a rural Wisconsin. guy.
Wisconsin's own.
Yeah.
Yes. All
Wisconsin loves
Yeah.
serial killers.
Yeah.
They produce the best, only the best.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to be a serial killer in like Sheboygan, you gotta like step your game up because you're standing on the grounds of greatness.
That's right.
I've
Shoulders
killed,
of giants.
I've
Yeah.
killed 6 hookers this week, but nobody cares because
Yeah.
Dahmer ate a
No,
Yeah.
you gotta be a lot more interesting
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, you gotta have a new angle.
This is Wisconsin, okay?
Gotta have a gimmick. If you're
Yeah.
gonna be a serial killer around here, you gotta paint your face or something.
Yeah. You got to do something cool. Speaking of serial killers, I'm switching from ice cream to cereal tonight.
Now, that's a joke.
That's right.
Serial killer.
Did you get s'mores again?
I did. Yeah.
Your old
It's got to
love?
be a gradual adjustment.
Yeah.
I can't just be going to the
Can't go hard.
healthy. Yeah. I'm not going with
Crispix.
grape nuts.
right, great nuts. Little raisin brand.
I'll switch to that soon enough.
You'll get that healthier dog food cereal.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, because you buy like the carry-on suitcase size one.
Yeah, the
Okay.
26-ounce bag.
26
Personal item.
Yeah, one personal laptop
It's a-
bag.
One carry-on. I got to check my vape and my bag of cereal. Ooh, this guy's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put that bag of cereal through.
And my
some-
2 kids.
Yeah,
The cereal's not for them.
yeah.
Specifically. Don't touch it.
Well, I guess it seems like a reasonable step from ice cream.
Yeah,
Is
the
what I
nightly
say.
ice cream is.
Is it a reasonable step?
I would say
From
it
ice
is.
cream, yeah, I think it has
Yeah.
to be.
That's more of a lateral step, I think.
No, I mean you can't. You can eat way more cereal for a less caloric intake. Yeah, you eat a cup for like 160 calories.
I feel like you'd get sick of the cereal before you would eat enough of it to compare to an entire pint of ice cream in one.
to eat
night.
1,000 calories of cereal would be
Yeah.
quite
That would be a lot. Yeah.
a lot.
That's true.
Or a
Yeah.
pint of ice cream, really, at least the Haagen-Dazs, I think, is
it's
like
1,000.
Yeah.
That was plus.
yeah,
And
caramel cone will get you.
Yeah. So
And that's crazy to be able to eat 1,000 calories in a space of like this much.
Yeah. That's where the cereal comes in. You see what I'm saying?
It's more mass.
I'm healthy now.
He's going with a volume
Yeah.
business.
I want to see your food pyramid of like there's cereal, ice cream, cigarettes.
No more cigarettes.
Oh yeah, vape
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Tutti Frutti vapes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the flavor today?
Or it's literally called fucking orange.
Fucking orange.
Orange fucking fab.
Can I try it?
FCUKING. It was gross. Now it's better. I think when you first get them, they're a little intense,
it.
or you get used to them. I don't know which, but
it's a lot at first.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
A buddy at work was like, "Turn it to disco mode," like jokingly. And I was like, "It doesn't have." He's like, "No, disco." I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, it does have a disco mode."
All of a sudden, the Bee Gees appear.
Oh, I turned it off.
Every time you hit it, it makes that sound.
That'd be awesome.
yeah.
Wait, chihuahuas.
It's like light up shoes for your mouth.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Same vibe, really.
I always liked the light up shoes. I was never a hater of those.
No, I did too.
I liked them.
Yeah. I
I'd
would
like to
still-
see a comeback on those.
Yeah. How often would you have to change batteries on the old light up?
Well,
shoes?
nowadays you would just charge a USB-C.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean the
like
old
a Tesla.
school. Yeah. I wonder if they could put a thing in there like with the watches that self-winding watches.
Oh.
Or like you
They would-
have solar
that'd be
panels
a
on your shoes.
$350 pair of self-charging shoes.
Yeah.
$500 probably.
They'll tell you your steps.
Yeah.
They'll tell you the weather.
You stepped in 18 piles of dog shit, asshole.
That's right.
All right, well, I didn't. Yeah, I could have told you
Yeah,
that.
thanks for nothing, shoes. Very big fall energy already around this town. By
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get
Closing in
excited.
quick.
Oh, it's going to be close to 90 the next 3 days.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, this week.
never mind.
No, it's chill at night though. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
couldn't believe
It's a
disagreeing
dry
with you.
heat.
Yes.
Dry fall.
Whatever that
Sunshine.
air current is that comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How-
the
La
reverse.
Nina.
I lost my virginity to La Nina.
This
Spanish for the Nina.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what Nina means.
It's like daughter or sister.
Yeah, see if it's daughter, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daughter comes blowing
That'd be
through.
crazy. How would you even lose your virginity to your you know what I mean?
I mean,
That's
that
like
would
some
be
Back to the
difficult.
Future
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You need a time machine for that.
I lost my virginity to my daughter. What?
Yikes. Yeah.
And we never time traveled
mean,
again.
Yeah.
I mean, Woody Allen could,
Yeah.
you know.
That was the initial Minority Report script, was that, actually. Tom Cruise fucking his daughter. To have her, I guess. Interesting.
It's, Old Boy.
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
I never saw the original. I only saw the one with
I've only seen the original and I've never saw the Spike
Josh
Lee.
Brolin.
Yeah. That got terrible reviews.
What?
Yeah.
What movie?
Old
The
Boy.
remake of Old Boy.
I've heard the original is good.
It is.
Is it like a Korean or Japanese
I
movie?
think it's Korean, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
What's the premise of it?
A guy, he does something. He has
Okay,
a daughter.
sure, yeah,
And then
got it,
he's put
got it.
away for like 20 years, like
Everyone learns a lesson.
hidden in like a room. And then he's released, and then he meets a girl and falls in love, and they bone, and it turns out it's his daughter.
Oh.
And then
the
he
whole
finds
movie.
out it's his daughter, and he kills a bunch of people with a hammer.
That explains why I've never heard of that dumb fuck movie.
That was good.
No, it's not.
It
That
is.
sounds like a
No.
wild plot.
No.
Yeah. That would be a bad day at the office.
Yeah. You know,
Just saying.
not great. Yeah.
I guess I could see why you maybe kill a bunch.
Whenever there's a movie like that where that's the plot, that's a driving plot point, like to make a feature film in Hollywood that is actually seen by a critical mass of people, and to that be the idea, I'm like it's about sitting around being like, yeah,
Let's do that.
like I'm gonna put everything I have into a movie about some guy fucking his kid. I have to do it. It's
the shock value.
People must
Yeah.
see it. I'm gonna get thousands of people involved with this and millions of dollars.
I mean, it was
people
so-
must
Yeah.
see this.
It was so well regarded, they remade it in America. Spike Lee did it,
All right. Well, I respect Spike
and nobody
Lee.
liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it only makes sense in Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it does sound like a tough plot to sell, like in the old boardroom. You know, how do you
Yeah.
pitch that one? 9 a.m. in the morning. You know, just being like, so yeah, it's a story about a guy who fucks his daughter, right?
Yeah.
And you think that's the bad part, but apparently he also kills a bunch of people with a hammer.
The Hollywood execs like, let me get my checkbook out.
Yeah.
This is irresistible.
Yeah, we're thinking PG-13 on this one.
Wide release.
Yeah, I mean, some movies be like that, though.
I know lots of them.
Yeah,
do.
like A Clockwork Orange was always kind of that way for me, where I'm like, I think this is just too much. Like, it like opens with a rape.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah,
And
where
that's
I'm like,
also
I
a
get that
movie
this is
everyone
art.
sees when they're in their early teens. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah, when you're like trying
Yeah.
to figure out movies
Yeah.
and stuff, you want to see something deep.
Yeah,
And you're like, ooh.
yeah. The first time I ever saw it, I saw that and Pink Floyd's The Wall in the same day, and it was like the third time I'd ever smoked weed.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm more of a The Mummy kind of guy.
it's a little intense.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a bit much
that's a
for
lot.
me. Third time smoking weed. You know?
Oh man.
Wow.
I
Especially
remember
Clockwork
my
Orange. I was like, what are we watching? Like, are we allowed to watch that?
yeah. How old were you? Do you
Like 16, 17. It was a lot for me.
Oh yeah.
That's a heavy
And then you
movie.
pooped in the ladies' bathroom, and it was a
and
whole
then
thing.
Watch Shrek 2. It was a weird time.
Yeah.
But it does make you wonder sometimes where it's like, yeah, why would you put so much time? Like, why would you want to make this thing?
Like right now, like we're all like creative people. And like if someone's like, okay, you can make a movie, you're like, oh, all these ideas. And that's the like, you know what?
Yeah.
Here's a story I have about a guy that hoards his own shit. And
But
he
you're
eats it
trying to
all
look
day.
for a reason a
It's
guy
like-
wants to kill a bunch of people with a hammer. Also, I don't know.
Yeah. It's
I
one of those
get
things
it.
on paper, it's a tough sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
I'm sure if we sat
It's just
down,
great because so
sat
many
down and
like when
watched
you read about all the like great ideas that got passed on,
Yeah.
it. Right.
and then you see the ones that get through, you're like, what?
It was also a Korean movie originally,
Right.
we think.
What's it was.
Yeah.
And I think South Korean movies are kind of known for being like kind of dark and
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
heavy as well. So maybe that's like a cultural thing too, I guess.
I was thinking about with like Freddy got fingered. Like it's wild.
Yes.
That's one of the only movies
Yeah.
I've ever.
That's on the whole other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, I walked out of that movie, but it's because the girl I went with was so drunk. But I still was like, I hate that. I did not like it. I kind of like it now. I get what was happening. That he was just trying to do whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. See if they would tell him no.
Yeah. Which makes me kind of appreciate it now. But I
Yeah,
was like,
like
what the
absurdist.
fuck is this? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like even as a kid, I was able to understand that part of him, where it's
Yeah.
like some of this he just does
Tom Green,
like Borat
Yeah.
or something. You know,
like when
where-
Tom Green came out, the Tom Green show on MTV was
Oh yeah.
like
huge.
a revelation for teenage 20-year-old boys.
Yeah.
They're like, what? They're giving this guy like they're paying him to do this,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
well, and that was probably like the Jackass of your generation in a way, because I feel like
Well,
Jackass.
Jackass is my generation too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
Spanish.
they were like
They came out at the
pretty
same time.
Close.
Yeah.
You think-
Jackass came
I feel
out
like
while
Tom Green was a little early.
He was a little.
he was
before.
a year or
Yeah.
two,
Oh,
maybe.
okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to
But
call
they
you
were
old.
around the same era.
I always loved the Tom Green from the Tom Green show when he would be undercut pizzas and he would like he had a tackle box of toppings and he had a pizza and he just followed a pizza guy delivering one. It was just like, what do you got? You got mushroom, you got extra cheese, yeah, I'll do it for half the price.
Yeah.
And he
The
just
guy would
pushes-
get so mad.
he pushes it and the guy like kicks his tackle box and it's like
Oh.
everything goes flying.
Yes. What's that? I feel like comedically there has to be a word for that style of like antagonizing, but it's for
Yeah.
comedy's sake. Like Borat kind of does, you know?
like cringe.
I mean,
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
cringe. Like you're sort of putting
And
yourself
why can't
in.
I think of his name?
Who?
From
Oh,
the
Sasha-
70s. No.
Oh.
From the. He played Latka on Taxi.
Oh, Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Thank you. I
Yes.
keep wanting to say Andy Milanakis. I was like,
That's a different
Yeah.
branch on that
But
shitty
it's,
street.
he's still on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
full immersion to the point of like getting
Yeah.
your ass kicked.
Yeah.
If-
Yeah, I don't know what that absurdist. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Someone smart is watching. Let us know. Comment below.
If there's, it's like one time I was trying to find the word for tire valve cap. I was like, I know there's a name for these things, and I was in my van all day, like, what the fuck are those called? And then I Googled it when I could stop and Google it. It was like, oh, it's a tire valve cap. That was it. So maybe it's just
What would you have done if Toll was in the 90s thinking of that? What would you have done of just like, would you have just drove yourself nuts just
Yeah.
trying to think of the name?
yeah.
Look at it.
Would you have gone to like an auto shop store and try to look
is
around?
it? Yeah.
What's the thing where you do the thing with the
I
tire?
knew I called it a tire valve,
Yeah.
but I was like, there's
You know
a
that
name
valve
for
cap
it.
that goes
yeah.
on a tire? You mean a tire valve cap?
yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. You know, it seems like they should have a better name for that.
Like a specific made up word for
Yeah.
it. Like a dongle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's almost how the dongle happened. I think somebody jokingly had to have said that
Right.
word for like the little cord. Because I don't think they even really use it.
It's a dinger, dong, dang,
You know, it's a-
dinger,
looks like a
danger,
dick.
dongle, dinger. And they're like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a dongle.
I was thinking about that with like the blue-footed booby. Like the guy
Right.
named that's like, come on, Carl. What are you?
Yeah.
I know you're going through
There's a
divorce and
bunch
it's
of
rough.
movies
but-
too. Yeah.
He's so
The
immature.
titmouse.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird perverted
Yeah.
bird names.
Well, if you're studying birds for a living and that's all you do, you're a giant fucking weirdo. It's the giant nippled sweet pussy bird. You're like, what? I think you need to get out of the field there, Martin.
Sexy mating dance.
Yeah. Giant slippery nipple booby. Bro, go home for like 2 months.
Go see your
Get your
family.
shit together. What are you even doing right now?
Martin, we bought
It's
you
a
this
bird.
hustler.
Your kids missed you.
Yeah.
Slippery nipple.
Uh,
It's a highly erotic bird.
yeah.
Buddy.
The sweet pussied woodpecker. That one doesn't even make sense.
Yeah. Some sort of trans bird.
Shit.
That being said, I do think birds are cool. Just
I like
saying.
looking at birds.
I like birds.
Yeah, I want to get one of those like
All right, it's a consensus.
What are we, a bunch of cats?
I want to get one of those bird feeders that has like a little Wi-Fi camera.
Oh,
And then they come and like your phone goes like, ooh, there's a
like a Ring
notification.
doorbell.
And there's some dumbass bird eating bird seed. I gotta get one of those for the winter comes. I feel
Right.
like something to watch.
The big cold comes.
Now that the
That would
dude
be
is
sweet. It's like a ring. No,
yeah.
I already said it.
Oh.
It got lost, but I was gonna say it's like a Ring doorbell for a birdhouse.
yeah,
It
for
is.
sure. Weren't you gonna get the see-through kind for your window?
I had one, and then it was suction cupped.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then one day, I think during the big thaw or whatever, just went bloop,
Oh,
No.
and then Kevin threw it away. Kevin's my landlord.
he's a sweetheart.
He's a
How
sweet
fast
guy.
was he down there and it just fell? He just
Yeah.
out there
He-
scooping it
he's
up?
like,
Fuck this.
He had his power washer out, and he was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, it's so hilarious because he power washes an entire like 100-foot driveway. I would guess.
Once a week,
He
every
did it,
other day.
and then
Oh,
like,
really?
the next day I saw him,
It is in good condition, I guess, now that I think about it.
and he was like, "Yeah, the water bill's been a little high lately." Like bringing it up to me, like I was
A single guy in the fucking like Harry Potter in the top of his house.
Yes.
Just all by his lonesome.
He's up there sucking up all the water.
Yeah.
It's gotta be him.
That 30-something up there just
Yeah.
jacking it constantly in the shower, wasting all my
tissue,
water.
son.
Yeah, I think it might be the power washing.
Yeah,
Could be.
Not the
Mine's-
power washing
I
I'm
mean-
doing in the shower. 'Cause I am power washing in there as well.
Yeah. It's not 100 feet long though.
No, well,
Couple feet.
a couple. That would be so inconvenient to have a penis that large. You know?
Yeah.
Not to get into the penis talk already.
Here we go.
It's only 23 minutes in.
That's pretty good for us.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Dave says it's a bit. But like truly at a certain point, it's complete diminishing returns. I mean, like over a foot
It's
long.
not. It's no longer a
Well, I
practical.
mean, there was like,
it's no longer a practical organ.
Yes.
right, like John,
impractical.
like old drug-addled John Holmes.
Yeah.
It's tossing that thing over
more
his
of a
shoulder,
party
being like,
trick
"It
than
works,
anything."
yeah. Poking it at everybody.
Kind of bending.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Because the big dick's gonna lose its like all you're gonna do is like, you want to see my giant dick? Sure, show it. All right.
Yeah.
There it is.
Boom, there it is.
Well, it's sort of like the same way where like Andre the Giant didn't live very long. You know,
That's part. He also wouldn't go to doctor. He wasn't going to live very
but
long
this-
anyway.
John Holmes wasn't either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a big dick is kind of that way where it burns bright, but for not very long, like a comet.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so. Yeah.
it were like a smaller,
It's not built to last.
more reasonable
Yeah.
penis might have
Yeah.
more like,
Yeah.
like it can go more rounds.
More
Yeah,
practical.
It can stay harder longer,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's my
Big
platform.
dicks suck. I hate big dicks.
You know what? I heard girls hate big dicks.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
heard.
like it more streamlined.
Yeah. They like a sport model, you know?
Like a Miata.
Yeah. A coupe.
I call it the cabriolet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cabrio.
Yeah. They don't like those sedans. They like a nice 2-door.
They don't want that big old Lincoln.
Yeah, no, sir.
Call mine the unicycle.
Yeah, the gas guzzler is what I say, you know? Cars and penises. Yeah, good work, AJ.
Yep. Well done.
Let's take a look at the scroll. I haven't looked yet today. See what the scroll wizard brought me. One of my favorite things at the gym, because over time, like anything, you like start to get to know kind of the characters and the people. My favorite type of guy, there's about 4 or 5 of them at my gym. that walk around. I've started calling it strong toddler energy, is what it looks like.
yeah.
All out.
Oh yeah,
like,
yep.
I'm so muscle bound. I can't even fucking walk.
But I like
And you push it, tip them a little bit, and they fall over and can't get back
He's like,
up.
I'm gonna get you.
You know what those guys don't have? Huge problematic dicks.
Yeah.
Their dicks don't work for a whole other reason. But it is very funny, especially if you've ever been around toddlers, like that 2 or 3 year old, where they walk around very cocky. A lot of them,
Yeah,
like they
walking
know
around their
everything.
tippy toes, chest out. Yeah,
I
peacock.
see what's going on.
Yeah, like they pay the bills around the house.
Yeah. It's true. I'll find out.
Anyway, that's my gym observation for the day.
A gym servation, if you will.
Yes. I started watching the David Chase documentary, by the way, and that guy is a kooky bird.
Yeah,
Nice. I'm excited.
I watched the whole thing last night. Fascinating and great.
Who's David Chase?
Created The Sopranos.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And
Yeah, they HBO just came out with a documentary about David Chase and making The Sopranos. It's more focused on him, but yeah, he's nuts.
Was The Sopranos?
yes.
Was it one guy? He's the guy who created the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is it based on? It's not based off a book or anything.
I think he
No.
used influences from his life.
Oh,
Yeah.
Very much so.
He's a
Yeah.
Jersey
Yeah.
guy.
Tony Soprano's mother is based off his mother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you get into that.
He is
part.
the worst character in the entire show.
Yeah, in the universe. Livia Soprano,
Yeah.
worst character ever.
I think
that
it's
was his
only
mom.
rivaled by Skylar from Breaking Bad. I'll
Yes.
say. That's like
Oh,
most hated
yes.
character of
Yeah.
all time from
Yeah.
Even though Skylar doesn't deserve the hate, whereas she
Right.
does.
Yeah.
Skylar's more reasonable.
Right.
It was just like the way it was put together, I guess,
Right.
made you really, really
The presentation.
dislike her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the presentation. That's correct. Joffrey from Game of Thrones would also be
Oh,
up there.
there
yeah.
was nothing more satisfying in a TV show ever than the old Red Wedding.
yeah.
Delicious.
It's
Me
a
and Sarah
grand day
are watching
for
The Sopranos
wedding.
now, and we're on season 4. That's where the big bad thing happens. Probably the worst thing in the whole show. I don't know if she knows what's coming. Get ready, Sarah.
How far away are you from it?
I think we got to be getting pretty close.
It's the end of
Yeah.
the season.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
second to last, maybe.
yeah.
Before now, had you made her aware that something was coming? Something big?
I think she probably knows.
Well, I mean, that's the show.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like,
Something's gonna
whoa.
happen.
yeah,
Yeah, everyone gets
but something
whacked.
big.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she probably knows about every. I mean, she knows she's a spoiler queen. She prefers to know, especially when she's watching something upsetting.
Right.
So I'm like, that ain't me, but yeah,
That ain't me, babe.
mm-hmm.
No,
But it's coming.
no.
Hopefully, she'll want to keep watching it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, watch the show, and you can watch the documentary
Yeah,
because that first episode was good. I
Yeah.
like that he sort of begrudgingly is a part of it. I know he obviously had to agree to it.
Yeah, that's just
Right.
who he is, though. He's very
Yeah,
like,
he's reluctant
yeah.
to.
how did he? I heard his WTF a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
which was good, but I retain nothing. Yes.
I remember listening to it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of the times, like the little interviews I've heard or watched, it winds up being a lot about just the process of the show versus
Right.
him, which is what he wants anyway, which is what I think makes this documentary
Well, that-
especially interesting because it's getting into his life
Right.
down to like, yeah, his mother being based on that, or that lady being based on his mother.
How does a guy? That's what I mean, I should watch the fucking show, I guess, because
Yeah.
like, how does a guy in that position with that kind of disposition end up creating one of the biggest TV shows of all time?
He wanted to write and he got out and
Yeah.
went to a couple different colleges and went out. He said, I want to write for TV. Went out to LA, like wrote for a bunch of shows in the 70s that some of you've heard of, some of you haven't.
Yeah.
And was just like basically a journeyman television writer.
Right.
And finally got the chance to make his own show. And they couldn't figure out where it was going to go. If it's going to be like everyone turned it down, all the networks, and then got on HBO, and the rest is history. But he was just kind of plugging away for years. No one he ever heard of. Like everything he
Right.
did was like, oh yeah, I know that. I remember that it's stuff from like a long time ago.
He was never the creator of it.
No,
or
he
this or
never-
that.
it
He
was
like
never-
a story editor or this or that.
Yeah, he just wrote a lot and worked and then got his own thing. And
It's crazy how the entertainment world is like that, where it's almost like the lottery, where you just have to keep work. There's people you hear just like grinding it out, working, and then it's like they just get on the right movie or just sell the right.
That's how it
story or
is. I
something,
mean,
and it just boom.
Yeah.
That is, I feel like more, especially actors, super successful like I get there's talent to it, but the amount of luck involved, they all need to acknowledge they won.
it's just right place.
They won
right
a
time.
human lottery.
Yeah.
I mean, even as hard as you're trying, as good as you are, you still won
And
the
with
human
with
lottery.
that Sopranos documentary, they showed a bunch of the auditions for all the parts.
Yeah.
And the different actors doing all the different parts. And it's like, all people you recognized for all these different parts in the Sopranos, and they didn't get it. And the people that did just like, they did some little thing right or had some little thing.
You could see
And
the
then
same reason
just
why
blew
they
it up.
chose him too.
Oh yeah, of
And
course.
Those tapes, you were like, yeah, I would have chose him too.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
see all the tapes, you're like, oh, it could never have been
Yeah.
anyone but whoever had that part.
And it's not even that it would have been terrible with the other people, but
Right.
there was so clearly a right choice, though,
Right.
And it was cool to see, like, because I had heard tell of Gandolfini not being very confident the whole time.
Right. He had,
You see a lot of that already.
Yeah.
Like, just in his little, behind the scenes cuts of, like, them shooting the show, as well as just interviews with Gandolfini before he died. I'm like, he really was that. He sounds kind of the same. He basically sounds like 80% like Tony.
No,
His
I
voice.
disagree.
I disagree
Really?
kind of too.
When he's not Tony Soprano, he's like, oh yes, well, and
Yeah.
the Tony Soprano voice is a total put on, but you never would consider it until you watch him talk. And he's
when
like,
he's, whenever
well,
when you see him
he's
doing
well
something
spoken.
else.
but his person, like the energy and persona, is definitely Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Like I mean that he died because he was that guy. He is very dark and kept pushing. But like as far as like talking and being like, he was a normal dude,
Yeah.
and Tony was a character that he created. But he definitely was more that than I realized after watching that. Because
he was a dark guy. I mean, I saw
Yeah.
just little excerpts, maybe from this show,
Could be, yeah.
where they were talking about like David Chase tried to have an intervention with him, and he basically was like, he walked up, saw his whole family there, and he's like, "Fuck this, fire me."
yeah,
And he was like, I guess we can't do that. Yeah. So, because what are you going to do without
Yeah.
Tony Soprano?
No kidding.
Time to turn this intervention into a party.
Yeah. And that I saw somebody else like Michael Imperioli, maybe. Somebody said that he threatened to quit all the time because he couldn't.
yeah.
Because he said how hard it was.
Yep.
I mean, like when you think about a weekly show on HBO where he's the main character, he's like 12-hour days having to memorize like 10 pages of dialogue on a nightly basis. He's like, Jesus, that would be hard.
Yeah, he was talking about that.
So I take back what I just said about acting. I mean,
It definitely seems like
There is
the
a talent to
hours
it,
are
but
long.
it's a lot of
yeah.
Yeah, I think mentally it's probably very taxing if you're doing that many hours. Because he talked about that a little too, I think, in that first episode of, he's like, the thing that a lot of people don't think of that makes it tough too is that you're going from like one scene, like when they're shooting, they're block shooting stuff. So it's like they're doing back-to-back scenes from different episodes
Right.
with different emotional ranges, where it's like one scene you have to be crying over like a dead body, and then the next scene you're supposed to be happy at a birthday party, and it's all the same day
Yeah.
to you as a human.
Right.
But like you're having to do these different things, which I'm like, that would be kind of weird and a lot, especially if you're like putting it all, because he goes all in the show.
Right.
Like emotionally, you can tell he's really in there,
Yeah.
Just you talking about doing different stuff in a day made me think of, I was watching Father of the Bride recently, and there's there's a scene where the Steve Martin and the mom like walk in a room, they're having a conversation, and you can tell his voice is all raspy, and he just randomly goes, I think I'm losing my voice, and they do the whole scene, and I was like, I wonder if there was like that day he was screaming in another scene or something.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
Sure,
blew
yeah.
out his throat, and then this scene, and then they're like, just say you're losing your voice and nobody will care. Like, just move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
We'll just like improv a line to fix it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I really hadn't ever thought about it, I guess, that much that, that would be tough to like not only kind of be off and on acting for 12 hours, like be on call because they have to set
Yeah.
up shots
Yep.
and shit.
And you
but-
have to do it perfectly. It's not
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah, and every
Gabagool.
additional
Yeah, like,
take makes everyone's day longer. It's like, so if you're having an off day and you're just like not hitting it right, because you see even little bits of that where he like goes too early, and David's like, you can see from the documentary that David isn't a guy. he doesn't suffer fools gladly
Right.
either.
No.
He's kind of a dickhead, if anything.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, all right, Jimmy, for fuck's sake. And then they had to like put the shot back to run it again. And yeah,
It would be weird.
I'm not
if-
blaming him for anything.
If like your job, or like if you sit down, like you go to your cubicle and you're at your computer and you're doing numbers and whatever, that there's also 45 people that all set that up for you that are watching you as you do it. And you're like,
Right.
oh, I didn't want to get it. And like, oh, reset, and
Yeah.
everyone stops.
Yeah, the
and-
whole time.
There's a boom.
yeah, exactly. Like everyone, like what a
No.
like just yeah. I hadn't. That's one of those things with that documentary where it was interesting to see. Like you forget how like everyone gives actors shit. Like they get paid $1 million. Fuck you. It's the
Yeah.
easiest job.
Easy
It's a hard job. Like if you're really good and you really care, it's a fucking hard job. Like to
Yes.
try and turn it on, memorize everything, make a scene work in the right way, giving the best performance. Like Gandolfini would get himself all revved up before his scenes. Like
Yeah.
when they said that he was like in his car getting mad. So before they rolled, he would just sit and punch the steering wheel to his like knuckles were all bleeding. He'd be like, wait, he's like getting himself all worked. So he had to get
Yeah.
himself worked up all the time to get emotionally in Tony
Yeah.
Soprano to be jacked up for that. He wouldn't just be able to, to be like, oh, okay, now I'm mad. He'd get himself all fired up. And like, that's your
Right.
day is emotionally like firing yourself up or bringing yourself down into all these situations.
Yeah, it's like that clip of
Forget
like
about it.
Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson in The Shining, and he just keeps going. Like if they're getting ready to do some big scene, and like everyone's getting set, and he's just on set the whole time, like
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
staying,
yeah.
like getting all jacked up and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. I've heard stories of actors where they have to put on like a sad song in headphones,
Yeah.
like and be alone before they have to go in and do it. Which is like it's easy to make fun of because it sounds stupid. Where it's like I got to be in karate mode all day if I'm
Right.
going to do karate. All right,
Right.
for this movie. But
No, go fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Try carrying 1,500 pounds up some stairs.
That's right.
On your first day
fuck
back
these
at work.
artistic pussies.
Yeah.
But whatever, I guess it deserves credit. at
No,
least.
there's
Yeah.
certainly talent involved,
Talent,
and
and-
there's work. And I'm like, we were talking
To be
about
good
this.
at anything, you have to care a lot, and caring a lot is hard.
Also, I think the
Yeah.
main thing with acting is you have to be willing to fully embarrass yourself all day, every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because imagine doing that in front of with
Imagine
45
doing
people
that.
watching,
Yeah.
and being like,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah, and you're like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah,
Lucky for Polly Walnuts because he was in it, of course. At least that first episode I watched, I was like, well, he didn't really have to act at all.
No, yeah. Everyone's like, nope, that like
You're perfect.
Yeah.
Tony. That's Tony. Like Tony is Paulie.
yeah.
He would get up at 3 a.m. and do his hair and do his lines and come up. No one could ever touch him with. He never touched his hair.
Yeah.
No one ever put makeup on him. He just came ready to roll and was like, let's go. And he was perfect
Amazing.
every
No,
time.
no wardrobe needed.
No.
Yeah.
Just whatever you're wearing.
Yeah. They're like, he was like, because he came in, they showed him reading for Pussy, for Big Pussy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they're like, no, but we have to have you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're
We'll
gonna
find
make
something.
yeah. There's like a few
Yeah.
characters like that.
Yeah,
were like,
Silvio was that way too.
Yeah.
The dude from
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen's.
Yeah. Stephen Van Zandt.
he read for
Yeah.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
He
really.
they almost were gonna be. He was gonna be Tony Soprano, but they're like, nah.
Yeah, you can see in that first episode they show that take of whatever his audition tape
Yeah.
for them, and you're like, he isn't bad.
He
Oh,
wouldn't-
yeah.
He-
I watched
Even though
the
he wasn't an
documentary.
actor,
Yeah,
that's the amazing.
It's
part.
crazy. I watched the documentary about his music. I gotta tell you, it kind of fucking sucked. But not with Bruce Springsteen, but like
Yeah.
his solo music. I
Yeah.
was like, all right.
That's a lot. I mean, look at the Beatles.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bad solo music that came out of that.
But there was a lot of not bad solo music from, like Paul McCartney.
Touche.
the
Right.
talented ones.
George
Yeah.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ringo.
Ringo.
Getting fucking
Yeah.
Ringo.
Yellow Submarine my ass.
Yeah. Shit. I love The Sopranos though, and this is the perfect time to start it up again. I started
I know,
at season 3. Toll made a great recommendation because I kept starting from 1 every
Yeah.
time, and I get to 3 and fall apart. Like I would just get
1 through 3,
Distracted.
those are the heydays of The Sopranos.
Right.
You still like everyone to a degree.
Yeah.
But after the 3rd season, you're like, fuck all these guys.
But you realize you're like,
It
not
just
one
gets
of them
worse.
is good.
No.
No, and then
they-
after season 4, you go, oh, they're all just fucking horrible. The one person that wasn't awful is no longer with us. So you go, oh shit.
But David Chase, then that was all by design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All by design.
But it almost goes back to the old boy conversation of like, we actually do kind of like seeing that at times, like where
That's why we like it in
seeing bad
movies.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we like seeing bad things happen.
We like
kind
seeing
of.
fucked up things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys did Mark ever make you watch a Serbian film?
No, never
Okay.
watched that.
We were talking about the kid fucking movie.
Oh,
A
great.
Serbian film is number one.
I don't
when it
have
comes
that
to
on the
those.
scroll.
Yeah, never watch it. I remember being at a party drunk and thinking it would be funny to show my friends the not safe for work trailer for that movie. Be like, watch this, guys, and then playing it, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
What's wrong
why
with
did
Toll?
you show us this? And I was like, I thought my
I thought
my
you guys
friend
would like it.
thought it was funny. Okay, yeah,
That's
it was.
those are
yeah.
the moments when you learn that like certain things are only funny in context.
yes.
That was
with
one of
your
those hard,
friends.
yeah, one of
that-
those hard lessons.
I remember walking in when you and Mark were watching Human Centipede 2.
Oh yeah.
They were like, I showed up late. We were all hanging. We're all gonna hang out. I walk in. And I'm just talking about something that I was driving. Also, look at the TV. And I was like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
Yeah.
And it was like some awful dude's like knocking teeth out of someone's mouth or something.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus.
It was that
Yeah.
he used to make me watch, and I'd be like,
Made
why?
you.
He did. I mean, kind of. I was like, I don't really want to watch this.
Coercion.
Yeah, and I'd be like, all right. And after those two, I was like, no, I'm not watching any more of these.
I'm not hanging out with you anymore.
yeah.
I don't got that
Yeah.
kind of time.
Human Centipede 2. At one point, a pregnant lady, gets in a car wreck.
All I hear is Shyla.
She gives birth after, like, there's a car accident. She gives birth, and then it's this dude, somebody's like trying to kill her or something, and she slams on the gas, squishing her child,
like,
of
head
course.
falls behind the
yeah,
pedal.
yeah. And I was like, okay.
Just gross. Goes back to again. It's like crazy that like that many people were like, "Yeah, we're gonna
Right.
we got all the blood
Yeah.
for the
Yes.
scene today.
Yeah.
where we smushed the baby's head."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 75 people there. Like, yep. We're all
Yeah.
involved in this.
Bring in the baby corpse.
Yep. We're getting paid $1 million to do this.
Bring in the baby corpse. Make way.
Yeah. Yikes.
They did that in House of the Dragon, if I remember correctly. That
they
one
did.
little kid died, and
Yeah.
then they paraded him around to be
Yeah.
like, "Look how bad Rhaenyra
We want in
is."
our fairly tame.
Which is a bold move to be like, "Look at my dead son."
yeah.
Check this shit
Yeah.
out.
Not cool, huh?
Even Perry Mason, remember they sewed the baby's eyes closed,
yeah.
mouth. Yeah. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
That was so because Perry Mason like was a 60s show that was just basically the blueprint for
Yeah.
Matlock and all
Yeah.
courtrum procedurals.
Yeah.
The
after
skeleton for
yes
75,000
And then HBO's
shows.
like, we're gonna make it now. Look at this sewn up dead baby. Like, okay, HBO.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah, angry drunken sex. There was all kinds of stuff. We're like, I don't remember this. Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't ringing a bell.
What was the dude's name? Milton Burl Ives.
who?
The original Perry Mason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lives.
Burl Ives as Perry
It wasn't Burl
Mason.
Ives.
Honky
Silver and
McBookerton.
gold. Silver and gold. That's Burl
Who
Ives.
was that?
Toll's mom has a crush on
She
Burl
loves
Ives.
Burl Ives.
She loves Burl
She
Ives.
loves
That's a
sweet
fun
dead
fact.
Burl Ives. Yeah. All my aunts.
She likes Burl Ives and Pete Davidson. Those are her two crushes.
Yeah. Yeah. They both have huge problematic dicks.
That's right. 3 footers.
Raymond Burr. Did you?
Oh, good job. There you go.
Sure.
Yeah. It
I'll
is
believe
Raymond
ya.
Burr.
Yeah.
It was Raymond Burr.
Yeah.
Oh,
And later,
Raymond
Perry
Burr.
Mason, they would make specials where he was in a wheelchair as an old man. Remember that?
Let me ask you something. No, we don't remember that. No one remembers that. Unless you're 78 years old.
That's why I looked at you, Alex.
I played myself on that one.
Congratulations. That's a sample we need, actually. Make a little note of that. DJ Khaled.
You played yourself.
Congratulations. You played yourself. That'd be, might be a fun one to try.
It would. I
Or
agree.
Big Daddy Kane saying, stick a quarter in your ass because you played yourself.
Oh, that's better.
Big
The Symphony by Big Daddy Kane. Check it out on iTunes.
I did go back to work this week.
And everything's great.
No.
Life couldn't be better.
If somebody could kill me
Life
with a
could be
hammer,
a dream.
If someone could please fuck their daughter and then kill me with a hammer.
We put Toll's head underneath the
yeah, the gas pedal.
gas pedal and just
Yeah.
step on it.
Will somebody give birth to me and squish my head, please?
That's right. Like a bowling ball, just
It truly sucked, though. I have to tell you,
How long were you off?
6 weeks.
Oh yeah, that'd be rough.
That's
I
enough
worked
time to forget about
40.
everything.
I worked 42 hours in 4 days. I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna ease me back in. They eased me back in like fucking Zed and Ving Rhames and Pulp Fiction.
Toll's dead, baby.
Pretty far from okay.
Yeah, I am pretty fucking far from okay. I'm gonna get some pipe hitting motherfuckers. Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah, I feel it. My back's blasting out already. It's good times. Good times.
Big sigh.
Mhm. This is gonna pay the bills soon enough.
yeah. I think
Sure.
if we keep
Dude,
plugging away at this.
I hope, but I
Moments
see
away.
every like movie stars are like, well, I'm starting my own podcast. I listened to Lupita Nyong'o on WTF, who's very smart and talented and whatever. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm starting a podcast about people telling their own personal stories. I was like, bitch, you already a movie star. Let me have a podcast. Let me have the easy life. I want to win the human lottery too.
For once.
Yes.
I used to listen to Smartless, and that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Jason
Yes.
Bateman and Will Arnett.
Yeah.
But after a couple
And the
episodes,
super
it was
gay guy.
like,
There's so many commercials too. My God.
after a while, though, I was like, dude, I cannot connect with you. They were like,
They're
one
so
time they were
up
talking
their
about
own
like their
asses.
yachts. There was,
Yeah.
something like, there was some
Yeah.
story about like
Yeah.
their boating problem. I'm like, I cannot
Oh.
connect with you on your
I know.
fucking
I
boating
can't.
problem.
Like
ever
famous
crash your
people
yacht?
podcasts are just an absolute no for me.
And they have that. I saw.
I can't.
They were advertising like their live specials, and it was them like talking about. They're like, "Oh my God, did you eat a donut?" Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I eat a gallon of ice cream a day. Just to switching the cereal, yeah.
Switch the cereal to get off the hard shit.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't know my life.
I just quit smoking 2 packs.
Eat
I
donuts.
just-
I fuck donuts.
With a condom on.
That's right. So I don't get jelly all over myself.
That's right. Just my
Yeah. I mean, those guys sometimes I'm like, yeah. I've listened to a few of those. It's like, bros.
Yeah. It's like we've indulged you.
Yeah.
I think it's fair of you to ask any already famous person to be like, enough, sir.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the person who did that best, arguably, was Emilio Estevez,
Yeah.
where he just kind of was like, all right, they're
Yeah.
sick of me. See you later. He fucked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He truly
You
fucked
can
off.
do that.
Yes.
You can do that.
Yeah.
There's been a few other, like Barry Pepper. He seems
Yeah.
like a guy who just like, all right, you don't want me? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go be Barry Pepper somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I fix refrigerators now.
And for those of you that don't think you know Barry Pepper, just look him up.
Yeah.
He's been in something you've seen.
Yes.
There's tons of people like
Yeah,
that.
but
Saving Private Ryan. I mean,
yeah.
Sniper.
Now Barry Pepper's podcast, maybe I'd listen to because he keeps it low key.
The Peppercast.
The Pepcast.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Peppers Poppers Podcast.
I'm a pepper, the podcast.
Yeah.
He's working at the Olive Garden and asks if you need more pepper.
He
Yeah.
wrenches himself.
Excuse me, you're
Would you
burying my salad in pepper.
Well, I got news for you. I'm Barry Pepper.
Should have opened up. He should have done his own line of jalapeno poppers. Barry Pepper's jalapeno poppers.
Yes.
Trying to get on that Paul Newman shit. You know? Barry Pepper's own ranch dressing.
He gave that all away though for charity. What? No,
Not
I'm
like
the
Paul
charity.
Newman. Yeah.
I'm Barry Pepper, bitch.
Barry Pepper's Dreams charity.
I'm trying to send myself to a horse camp. Fuck.
I was in Saving Private Ryan.
Oh man, Barry Pepper. I would love to have Barry Pepper on this podcast.
He would love it too.
I played Ted Williams at 61.
Yeah, that's right.
61 asterisks.
Yes.
I was in Crawl, that movie some people saw.
I was to hurt that.
Yeah,
I like Crawl.
yeah. He was the lead in that too, which was pretty
Thought
great.
an alligator.
Yeah.
Shit.
It wasn't that bad, honestly.
No, it's
Crawl was kind of fun.
That's not bad.
Kroll.
I watched The
Crawl.
Descent before I
Hurricane.
came here.
Kroll.
What's that?
I watched The Descent
Don't
before I
even
came
know.
here.
Oh, the horror movie, The Cave.
Spelunky.
I remember being pretty scared.
It's
of that.
pretty good. That's I hadn't seen it since I saw it in theaters when it came out in 2005, and it actually holds up. So
I remember that was like a notable like makeout I had like at
Oh boy. Oh boy. What's the whole story?
If it was notable, strap in.
It ain't good.
it was notable in a good way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that existed for you. Okay.
No tale of woe this time.
All right.
As far as I know.
All right.
Yeah. No, I just remember
In the theater, making out?
no,
Oh.
no. Home video.
Nice.
Of course. In the comfort of
Yeah.
some poor.
Would you like to make
Yeah.
a descent
In a
into my
basement.
pants?
go spelunking?
Spajunkin.
Spelunkin.
Yeah.
Blumpkin. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
There we go. That's a natural
Yep.
ending.
Let's riff it out. Let's
Splumpkin.
workshop it.
If that was, if it went
remember
from
liking
a
that.
makeout session to a Blumpkin, that's intense. Wow.
Gears were shifted
Yes.
rapidly.
I gotta tell you, I gotta take a shit. But this doesn't need to end.
But
My respect for you is on the descent. Yes. I remember liking the descent. I remember thinking
Yeah.
it was kind of creepy. You know?
That's not bad. There's a couple of shots of like old CGI or just like
Yeah.
just some bad effects, but other
Good
than that,
jump
pretty good.
scares, though.
Yes.
I'm always.
And
I'm
the
a
whole idea of
sucker.
getting into like tight caves, and I'm not like claustrophobic, but that shit just does terrify me of the
Yeah.
going to,
Yeah.
like digging through a hole or something.
Oh,
Digging through a
yeah.
hole.
And well, it's one of those things too where like you don't encounter it as much as heights or something, I feel like. So people don't talk about it a lot. But it's the same thing when I have a friend who works in the Navy, like on submarines.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, I could never do that.
Dude, I
in
can't
a
even
million
be
years.
in. Like, I've gone on submarine tour when I was a kid.
Right.
And I was like, I can't. I don't want to be in here.
I'm about to go berserk.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. Did you? I watched the
But
horror
you know what I'm
movie.
saying? Where like
Yeah.
like caves, you don't think about it until somebody brings it up in a movie. Like,
Yeah.
they show it to you, and you're like, oh shit, that
Right.
would be fucked up to
Yeah.
be in a cave.
I'll never be down there, but that is horrifying.
Yes.
Right. I'm sure you saw the vampire on an old ship movie.
Yes.
What was
The last something.
The last voyage of the Demeter.
Yes. Not bad.
damn, nice pull.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it.
It's
Was
just all
all
right.
right.
you
Yeah,
two,
not.
of course.
Yeah.
Wes and Toll are like, oh yeah, it was fine.
Yeah. Seen everything.
To like the movie where the
Tolerant.
baby's head explodes. Like it was
It's
fine.
not-
Yeah, it was no Human Centipede 2. But it was all right.
I saw a TikTok where someone was like deep diving in the water
Oh, okay.
into like a cave.
Ugh.
And the guy is like slowly going down, but they're like he's in a space where there's room for his body, period. Like he couldn't even expand his chest all the way. And he just keeps going down. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Like, go get your dick sucked. What are you doing? Have fun. What is this?
Yeah,
Like
go
this-
watch some birds.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, a sweet pussy titmouse.
Yeah.
Get your life together. Did you ever see what's the name of the movie where the
Sweet
the
pussy
tour boat
titmouse.
leaves them in the water and the sharks?
Open
Titanic.
water.
Open water.
Yeah.
Here's the Open Water 2.
You guys
Open
have
Water
seen all
2
these fucking
where they
Open water too.
Open Water 2 they're on a sailboat and the people are like, "Oh shit, we should go swim." and they jump off the sailboat and then realize there's no ladder to get back onto the sailboat, which is almost worse than being just left. And there's also a baby on the sailboat.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like, that is a
It's also a King of the Hill
what a
episodes.
fucking nightmare. Is it really?
Yes.
Jumping
Nice.
off a boat.
Yeah, they jump off the boat, they
Yeah.
realize the ladder's not there, and they're all stuck, and they got to figure out how to get back on it.
That's hilarious.
Which is hard because then like the sides of the boat, it's got to go.
Oh yeah, you, there's no
yeah.
you
You
just
can
no
only
getting
tread
back
water
on.
for so long.
bobbing around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you'd be able to float, correct? Even if you
On
could
your
tread
back. Yeah,
on
if you
your
know.
back.
Yeah.
Like we're all buoyant enough. I think.
Until you're too tired to flex your back.
That's true.
Then
If
You're just
you,
like-
there's ways you can lay there, Bob.
Ah, yes. Look at him. I like
Yeah.
this. Good
Yeah.
posture.
Yeah, yeah.
I can really see you floating in water on
Yeah.
this
told
couch.
were you a swimmer?
I was for many years.
many years.
Mm-hmm.
Makings of a varsity athlete.
That's right.
Called him the water boy.
But that was just because of my brain.
Our swim team was called the hydrocephalics. That's the medical term for water brain.
You knew that fast. Damn.
Yeah, I've looked it up before. Well, because Beetlejuice is microcephalic. He has like a pinhead, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Is like the circus term for it, but he has like a little.
The circus
gotcha,
term.
gotcha.
Yeah, but he has. I think it's microcephalic.
Beetlejuice,
yeah,
the
yeah,
actual
yeah.
human being.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Michael Keaton.
Yeah, that was
Well,
like-
because people like he has a
And
little
there's-
bit of speech impediment, but you don't know exactly
Yeah.
what his deal is because he's also like a little person, sort of too.
Who?
Yeah.
right. There's
Beetlejuice.
also if you get
Dwarfism.
I was thinking the movie. I'm like,
that's exactly yeah. It's
I
weird
apologize.
timing.
yeah.
That's like if you get Zika virus when you're pregnant,
Yeah.
you give birth to a tiny headed baby.
You get a Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
No offense.
Beetlejuice rock. Yeah, that's just part of his life.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But I remember the cephalic part of it, or whatever. Then the hydro is
Right.
the water part.
Right. Nice.
Like a real scientist over there.
Yeah, I went to Boone High School. Graduated cum laude from Boone High School.
Is that true? Oh,
Nah, dog.
but I did come a latte.
Cum a latte.
Hey. Ooh.
That'd be a good name for a coffee joint. Cum a latte.
That would be a real good name. Yeah. That attracts great customers.
And then like the cream on top of it's kind of winking at you. Right? Where it's
Espresso
like,
shots are like, do you want 1 load, 2 loads?
Ooh, 3 loads,
Yeah.
please.
Leave me alone. I'm expressing the beans.
Can I get a bukkake coffee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A boo coffee.
Bukkake.
Yes, yes.
Dave, let's fire. Come on, let's go.
Dave,
Let's figure
one-
out where all the empty scooters coffees are.
One last business venture. One last job.
One last
Dave.
ride.
Yeah. For old time's sake, Dave. One last ride. One last job. That's probably how it felt for you going back to work. You were like, damn, they pulled you out of retirement, basically.
Yeah.
You were on the bench
It is. I
6
mean,
weeks.
yeah. I thought,
That 6 weeks go by fast.
buddy. It's funny because it felt like it was never going to end, sort of.
Endless
like,
summer for toll.
because it's a once in a
Endless
lifetime deal. 6 weeks off work, unless I have another baby, which no mas probably.
Told us
but,
cut his own balls off.
and then you go back, you're like, well, that'll never happen again. And yeah, and then 42 hours in a 4-day week.
You're like,
And then
Sarah, get them panties off.
the first job I did, my first stop going back, I drove 2.5, 240 to Muscatine. I take 2 kegs. This place has a very narrow wooden stairwell, and they're getting 3 full-size kegs. I was like, whew. I got there. I was like, ugh, I'm all tired from driving. I'm like, God damn, I haven't done this in a while. It's going to be hard. Oh, boy. I take the first 2 kegs down there on one. So it weighs about 280 pounds or so, 300 pounds. And I get them down there. And it was hard. I was like, ooh, on the back. And I roll them to where they're supposed to go, and I look, and I see the 2 exact kegs I just brought down are already down there, full, untouched. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I went upstairs. I was like, you guys know that I just brought you 2 kegs, and you have these 2 exact kegs full already down there. And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, our cooler broke, and so we're getting all that beer is going back because insurance covered it. Oh. And then I looked, I was like, so every keg that we've delivered here is coming back upstairs. She's like, yep. I was like,
All right.
okay, all right, yeah. And that was my first job back.
Oh my God.
My first stop back at work. And I was like, maybe I should just fall down these fucking stairs.
Throw yourself.
Or put a keg on top and stand at the bottom. Yeah.
Suicide by keg.
Yeah. Just injury. I just want a severe injury so that they have to pay for it.
Severe workplace
Yeah.
Throw
injury.
a keg on your leg. Ah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Gabagool. Yeah. That'd be nice.
Can't help with the baby. Doctor's orders.
Sorry.
Yeah. Doctor's
If
orders.
I didn't have to
hands
work,
are tied.
I don't mind. I'm
Yeah.
A-okay. I like, my baby, but
Yeah.
yeah. Back
Well, I'm proud
now,
of you
the baby waking up in the middle of the night now is different than it was for the last 6
Oh
weeks.
yeah, it hits different.
It does. It does indeed.
When you're a working man.
It does.
Well, props to, I mean, you're doing it. 2 weeks off cigarettes now, I think.
Yeah.
How about that, folks?
Woo.
Yep.
Let's hear it. So you're doing all of that
Yeah.
amidst quitting smoking. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. And I haven't had a drink in 5 weeks.
Nice.
Woo.
Man.
Fire.
And that was only one foul. It wasn't even a foul up, really. I was like, the power went out in my house. I've been sitting in my car waiting for the Mid-American to show up for 6 hours or so. And I was like, fuck this. I'm going to Casey's.
Yeah.
I'm
Time for a
going to
little
buy
twisted
some.
tea.
That's right.
That one was on Mid American.
Yeah, it was. So,
Yeah.
I keep thinking I want to buy just one little shooter of booze
Don't do
and
it,
do
Wes.
it, and just to see like just my tolerance how it's changed and everything. But yeah, every time I talk about it, the look in my wife's eyes like, please don't.
that's what
How
the
far?
same
How
with
far
Sarah.
are you now? You've been a year plus now.
Yeah, just like a year and a couple days, so it's not too far. But
That's what-
Congratulations.
Yeah. Me and Sarah got a night off from the kiddies last week.
And the
And we
kids.
yeah. And I was like, we drinking tonight? She's like, no. I was like, okay.
You're right. I know. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
why'd you bring it up?
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah. I toss all my Smirnoff ices away behind my back.
Yeah. You're just like behind the couch pulling up.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
I was just testing you.
Yeah.
Telling somebody bringing the keg in.
Yeah. Get out of here.
It's one of those jokes where it's so crazy, it's
Yeah.
funny. You know? It's one of those.
But I feel like, again, maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to more in a while than I have this last week.
Yeah.
Whew.
You got a lot on the plate,
Yeah.
but you're still doing it. You haven't done it yet, which is amazing.
Nope.
Keep on keeping
I thought that going back to work would be Smoke City. I still haven't done that either.
That's amazing.
Vape City.
It is Vape City.
Do you find it driving is like I remember when my dad quit smoking, he talked about when he was in his car. You see him every now and then, like he's driving, like just kind of reaching for his pot, like
Oh, yeah.
thinking about reaching for his cigarettes.
When I left the podcast last week,
Yeah.
I got in my car and I was like, oh yeah, you're not smoking. Like I was really like, oh, this is when I especially light up. I don't know. But
Post podcast smoke.
yeah.
In the car.
Yeah.
In the Fiat.
Yep.
It's like a post sex cigarette, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I just busted my creative nut. It's time to
Yeah. Yeah.
spark one.
Yeah. I deserve a cigarette after dropping all this genius.
Yeah. Real brain dump. You know?
It's owed to me.
Yeah. Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're sure proud of you, buddy.
Hey, thanks, my man.
You're doing great.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Keep
There's
it up.
some there's lengthy documentation of the many phases we've went through. You know?
Yes,
So
there is.
Toll on the podcast 2 years ago wouldn't believe We're told.
That is true.
He would not believe it.
Dumbfounded.
Yeah.
What?
Thunderstruck.
Yes.
Yes.
But in
Yeah.
a good way. I think.
Oh, yes.
2 years ago, would it have been a good way? I've been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm going to kill you.
I guess we gotta kill him.
Shut your mouth.
I'm gonna kill you just for saying that.
Yeah.
Really cleaned up your act, though.
Yeah.
I love it. You got the internet now? That would blow.
That's wild. That's actually crazy for you, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's
cool.
the thing we were all having a hard time wrapping our brains around.
the kid I get, but
Yeah.
that was bound to happen.
Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke,
Yeah.
has a baby. Okay.
yeah.
Internet.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is this? The Twilight Zone?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh,
Is he a brain
streaming
surgeon?
PBS last night. Love it.
Do you have a streaming app that you like, that you tend to like, or you feel has more?
Right now, I'm just kind of going through stuff I have missed.
For the last 30 years.
And I'm trying. It's hard. There's so much shit. There's no way to browse.
A little catch up.
Like you
catching up
can't
to
browse
No, 'cause
streaming.
it's
apps.
always like, hey, the new
Yeah,
thing, the
I'm
new
like,
thing.
I want to see
Yeah.
the thing I was supposed to see
Right.
a long
Yes.
time ago. I did watch Tiger King. Watched
Oh,
Ted
yeah.
Lasso. I watched. Caught up on some Marvel shit. I watched Loki and Moon Knight, the good ones.
You've seen The Night of, right?
Yeah, I saw that on HBO. I
Oh,
watched
okay.
that.
I guess you would have seen that on that. So
Some of the
was
HBO
good.
shit that
was
wasn't
good.
that they streamed, and that was only streaming. You know, and some of that FX shit that's only streaming. I want to watch some of that.
I want to watch The Old Man. It's Jeff
Yeah, I
Bridges.
liked it.
And is it good?
Yeah.
I don't
I've
know.
heard that's good.
I don't know. It's,
I can't
Not to
believe
be
John
confused
Lithgow.
with
they're
Old
making
Boy.
a second season. Like I thought that was going to be a one-off because I was
Yeah.
like John Lithgow and fucking
Jeff Bridges.
yeah, thank you, Jeff Bridges in a FX TV show. I was like, this is, and it was,
And he just, like,
it was the
beat
first thing he
cancer.
did after cancer. And he's
Yeah.
like kind of ripped in it for.
Oh,
I was
Jeff
like, what-
Bridges?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? And yeah, and it seemed like a one-off, and they're making another season.
That's crazy.
The old man.
Yeah,
That's an FX.
and made the guy that directed the Spider-Man trilogy, the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. I can't remember
Who
his
is
name
that?
right now.
Say, who is that?
If I sat here for 5 minutes, I could think of it probably.
Chuck Crawford.
No, Wes. Yeah, I can't think of
Joe Johnston.
Joe Dante.
it.
Good job, Wes. Wes has got it.
Yes. Joe Johnson did direct the first Captain America.
We know.
Yeah. I can't remember. So if I sat and thought about it, I probably could.
How excited were the delivery boys to see you again, by the way?
We didn't really see. I worked 11 hours every day, so I didn't see much of them.
I pictured it like you walk in the door, Dreamweaver, Toll's back.
Yeah. I know that Jeff,
motion.
Yeah.
my boss, the man in charge, was pretty happy to have me back.
I bet. And they put your ass to work.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hey, Toll's
Yeah.
back. Get the fuck out there.
Yeah.
We're dying.
Yeah. There's two more dudes that I work that have babies under 2 months old.
Wow.
Fucking crazy.
Confluence baby boom.
Yeah.
Wow. These delivery
Des Moines
boys are
IPA is getting the job done.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Pretty nuts.
There are like 8
Pretty
pregnant
nuts
women
indeed.
in my office.
Dude, when we were doing
What are you
the
doing,
tours,
Wes?
I don't know.
when we did the tour of like the birthing area of the hospital, the woman giving the tour was like, Jesus, there's like 30 people there. Like, this is a lot of people. And we couldn't get in. We were supposed to get induced a few days before it actually happened because it was so busy every day that it wouldn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if, it was like post pandemic, everyone's like, I want to live.
Yeah, I guess
I got to be a dad.
everybody's
That's
just
what Toll said.
Yeah.
fuck condoms.
This shit's over anyway. Fuck.
Yeah.
No mask, no condom.
Takes away all the feeling. But yeah,
Interesting.
lots of babies around here.
I'll be curious to see the anthropological studies that'll
Yeah.
come out 10 years from now about all this, where it's like the post-pandemic nut bust,
Yeah.
the bubble.
The pandy bust.
Yeah.
Baby boomers, pandy bust.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Because I feel like the pandemic eventually became like very sexless, where it was everyone became like amorphous, asexual,
Yeah.
just kind of blobs at home watching.
I think there was
streaming.
kind of a pandemic baby boom on its own, where people living together started to hate each other, started
what I'm talking
fucking, and
about.
then got pregnant.
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
create a child we
Bunch of
resent.
hate babies.
Yeah. The perfect child.
Mm-hmm.
Bred from complete resentment.
I remember hearing about like pets. That was a big thing. People were at working from home, spending all their time at home, so they got pets
Yeah.
and everything. And then when it went
didn't
away,
want
they
them
went back.
anymore.
They were like, "Oh, great! Now we have this dog that
Yeah.
we can't take care of."
What are we going to do with all these sugar gliders?
Fuckers are everywhere. I gotta go to work.
Exotic pet was the move for pandemic times, I think. I think there was a lot of people got bearded dragons in that 2020 to 2022 range. A lot of bearded dragons were bought. They do look cool.
Yeah. You want to see my bearded dragon?
More of a goatee dragon. Got a soul patch on my ball sack.
Shin beard dragon.
The old, do you ever think back to it? Like, do you ever think about going back to the chin beard?
No, I've done it shaving. I said I shaved down to a goatee one time and sent it to a dude I work with. He said, "If you come into work like that, I'm going to punch you in the face." I was like, "All right, I guess this isn't the way to go."
Chin beard it is.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was smaller. I looked like what's Bob Elizondo? What is that? That
Lou
dude?
Elizondo.
Yeah.
The UFO guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or UAP.
Yes.
UFO is
Yeah.
like old school now.
it's passe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I
Pardon
love
me.
your photos that you use with your telescope too, man.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
so cool. That's gotta be so cool. Just like, how do you go out like every night with them?
Yeah, and every night it's not cloudy. It's been a very cloudy summer. But yeah, I like to go out and
Does the telescope take the photo, or do you just put your phone up to it?
I have a special telescope. It has cameras in it.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Wow.
nice.
So yeah, I
fucking
can
It is pretty cool, man.
capture a bunch of deep space shit and smoke weed and look at the stars.
Yeah, that's gotta
and-
trip
This
you
is
out.
this like watching the Nova about the universe last
yeah, that's
night
right.
on
PBS.
So
Oh, you guys watched
Dark
was there a
Energy.
Nova last night?
I know I was streaming PBS
I love
on the
Nova.
app, dude.
On the
And
internet?
This was the most recent. That's right, buddy. And they were talking about
What a
just
bragger.
that there's billions of stars in every galaxy and trillions of galaxies, and pretty much most of the specks of light you see, most of the stars you think you're seeing, are actually galaxies.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, why the fuck do I have to go to work tomorrow? Who fucking cares? Like, what am I doing?
I'm sure I'm going to work in some other galaxy, you know?
Oh man. Like, yeah. Fuck that shit.
It does suck
there
when you
you
think
go.
about like how
If
much.
someone resigned, like if someone worked at Tees and left me that voicemail, like started with the science part, though,
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
like, there's millions of galaxies. And they're like, and that's why I'm not coming to work today.
Yeah.
I was looking at
I'd
Alpha
respect
Centauri,
that.
and that's like 3.5 light years away.
Yeah.
And that's a part of this galaxy, but there's trillions of, and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's just-
Dark energy, dark
That's why I
matter,
hate you.
black fucking holes. And here I go to deliver beer.
Yeah. Into the great unknown.
Yep. To the great wide open of western and eastern Iowa.
Taking
coast.
expired beer back to
Yeah. Not even expired. They
Oh.
could have kept it. That was the real kicker, is like, we deliver to some places where they don't even put the beer in a cooler, so it's ready to go.
the real cool places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Woof.
I was just like, oh my God. And the indifference of this girl. Not only indifference turned into annoyance that it was taking me a long time at lunchtime, because it went from pre-lunchtime to lunchtime while I was doing all of this, sweating past her customers, just heaving these fucking kegs out of this goddamn restaurant in Muscatine, Iowa.
I'm sure you had your smile on. Too, for
Oh,
the
buddy.
customers.
Yeah.
Bow tie, a smile. Ding.
Yeah.
Just your local beer guy coming through.
I'll take that keg right out of here, ma'am. Okay, all right. 24 skidoo.
Yeah.
Is your mic still working, Wes?
I don't know. It seems like it's going.
It's in and out, but yeah, I think if you,
I think we're good.
Nah, there's
if I
something
just
with the quarter
dongle his
connection.
dongle here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Just like the old days.
Yeah. Oh. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Let me take a look at it here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hand it
Jesus
over.
Cristo.
Mike talking about mics.
Check.
Mike's working.
Maybe just try to hold it up
Sometimes they
here.
don't.
Versus like down there.
Hold it like Bob Barker.
There we go. All right.
The old fingy hold.
Mike.
Totally move. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Just
We're not too far from
Pinky
the
up.
end anyway. Here,
We
so-
should get some of those Bob Barker mics.
The thin, skinny.
Yeah, like the
That's what I
pencil
want.
mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. You could see more of our face that
You
way.
can see more of my sweet fat tits.
Yes. You got a good shirt on though.
Thanks. Yeah, it's classic.
Oh, forget about
Yeah,
it.
we need some 2024 Carter McGrains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We need to bring the campaign back these last couple months. Get America on our side.
It's a classic L Rock merch shirt. I haven't done an L Rock in quite a while.
them too, didn't you?
We did.
Oh yeah, they're out there. I had nothing else to do over COVID, but I had a account with Amazon that said you can make any T-shirt you want and we'll sell it. And I said, okay. Here's a bunch of hilarious shirts
Yeah.
for me and 5 people. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's crazy though because you can get an Amazon merch account is what it's called, so you have access to their platform and you can print whatever shirts you want. And there are people that will come up with like 1,000 designs a day that are just like bullshit.
Right.
Like who farted?
Somebody will
Who
buy 'em.
farted?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And it's blah blah blah. And it's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
And people make $50,000 a month doing
Yeah.
it, just killing it.
It's that same thing where it's
Because
like
they don't make the shirt unless somebody
No,
buys it.
they send the
Yeah.
design. Amazon makes the shirt
there's
on
essentially
demand.
like no overhead.
Yeah.
You make like
no risk.
$6 a shirt or something like that.
Right.
And so,
Make super topical ones like the moment that
who farted?
Yeah, Haktua.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Somebody was on that like the moment that went viral.
How is she still relevant?
Just get in the podcast.
Because
I
she
can't
got
fucking believe
Now she
it.
has a podcast.
she's the prototype going forward because she had her moment and then I don't know who it is, but clearly some high-powered PR team got a hold of her and said, all right, we're gonna take this and make something.
Right.
And they did.
Yeah.
Wow.
She has a podcast now called Talk to Her. She does.
That's good.
Yeah, I
like that.
mean, and she has a like a dog charity. Like
She just
the
gave
people that are working with her
$30,000.
are killing it.
Yeah.
Are killing it.
And here I am killing myself.
That's right. With cereal.
Should have been out there spitting on dicks,
I
man.
know.
He would've got
Oh, he
famous.
What have you been doing this whole time, Wes?
That's how he got here in the first place.
Yeah. He used to call me Hoktol.
Call me Loogie West.
Very memorable name.
Yeah. I still call you that.
Nice little Luke. My name is Lou. Short for Loogie.
Luigi? No.
Loogie. I miss the days when that was like something I would be excited and proud of, was like how big of a loogie I could spit. Like, you know,
was
being
never
a young, like a kid or something.
I've never been a spit. I don't know. My mom and dad hated spinning.
But you know what I'm talking about, like that kind of
Yeah.
like kid gross out thing
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. You know, I'm trying to think of the other stuff.
Farmer blows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Farmer Blow. Yeah.
The hell's a farmer blow? Oh yeah,
Snot
snot
rocket.
rocket.
Yeah.
That's after.
Snot Rocket.
Yeah, it's more.
That was key playing sports. Just give the
Yeah.
old.
The Tootaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you were you a sports guy, Wes? Weston?
Yeah, I played high school football.
He's a
and stuff,
gymnast.
and then- yes, the ribbon dance. Very good at that.
Very good.
Very good.
First in
I'm
state.
very competitive.
I'm a showman.
Yeah, I played football. I always liked football. It's I would not have let my kid. If I had a kid, I would not let them play football though, because I think of
Not
like
now.
how many times I got like just my bell rung and everything
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
out there. It's like it's not good. Like it's
Yeah.
just not good for you.
The old brain, the old cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my bell rung many times in high school football.
Yeah.
And I have a son. I'm like, oh, he plays football. And he did not. He swam. And I'm like, good for you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. My back is still paying for high school football 30 years later.
Oh, I'm worried that my brain, part of what's wrong with me is high school football.
And the old headbutt contest. And
Yeah.
a couple of the other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Couple of the other things.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous items. We've covered them.
Yeah.
It's no joke, though. Yeah, 'cause
It does make you.
I got knocked out in baseball and a few other times. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I did feel a little different when I woke up
Yeah.
every time.
I don't know if I've ever been knocked out. Now
Like
that I think
cold?
about that, yeah, I don't know. I've hit my head. The only time I can think of that I may have was when I was riding my bike and I hit like a hole in the ground. I flipped forward and just went white knuckle on the handlebars. It just landed head first, no helmet on the
Yeah,
ground.
of course.
And I remember like getting up and I was by myself, so I have no idea if I was knocked unconscious at that point. But
Like, is it the year 2000 yet?
I just remember I was like, fuck. I was like a couple miles from my house. My bike was busted and no cell phone.
Damn.
And so I just had to push my bike up all the way to my house and
Right.
Oh,
stuff.
I remember those
Your whole
days, yeah.
body hurts. You're like,
The old flipping over the handlebars.
Yeah.
oh. You're like, now my parents are going to be mad that I hurt myself.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, my parents would be mad that I broke my bike.
Yeah.
I straight up lied to my dad. I could not tell my dad. I'm not gonna get into it, but he's a very scary.
He's a
guy
real
when he's
sweetheart.
mad, yeah.
Yeah.
And
We've heard the tales.
I hit him in the back with a baseball once, and I was worried I was going to get murdered. So.
yeah, I'm sure. No, but I remember I could not tell him I got into a bike accident. Like I can't tell him it's my own fault. So I told him that I was riding my bike and some car was driving and they swerved at me and it made me wreck and I did it.
Right.
He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He's like, "Get in the car right now." And he drives me around. We're driving around the neighborhood where I said I fell, and he's like looking for a car. He's like, "Is that it? Is that it?" The whole time, I'm like, "Can we just fucking go home? My
Right.
head hurts. It's a fake car."
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I just lied my way through it. Eventually, I was like, "I don't know what happened, man." We
You're
went
like,
back
that guy
home.
did it. Your dad goes out and kills him.
Sorry, dude.
Collateral damage.
Some poor open mic comedian.
It was
Just
Jeff
walk
Newell.
into a
It was
bike.
Jeff Newell.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Never mind.
All was left was his fedora on the street. Yeah. Well, you're such a sweet guy, so it's hard to believe,
Yeah.
that's what you grew up with. But
I know. I like that. At least that's what most people have said. They're like, I always think you're nice. So that's cool. It's good.
I think, Wes, you're
I try.
very well loved.
Yes.
A beloved.
Beloved,
figure.
some might say.
Beloved figure, dare I say.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't care what
We
you're
don't need to
doing.
get on this.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's the plug
Let's keep
for
talking
Wes.
about how gay Wes is.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Shit on me.
Yeah. Wes, you're a failure. No man that managed the dolls is a failure to me, sir.
That's right.
There's some guys out there.
A couple bums. Man. Simpler times, though.
I just realized the other day I've been working since being 18 and being in the the workforce. I think I'm like 1 year away from working half that time in retail and half that time in an office.
Damn.
And they both suck. I want to go back to retail sometimes. I just hate working in an office. Just fucking blows, man.
I can't. Yeah.
You're one of the few people
Yeah.
I've ever met that said they loved working retail, which always I remembered it because you said that. I'm like, if you loved it, you were probably the perfect guy for that dolls job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people like you who love it should,
Yeah.
be running stores and stuff.
I just don't want to do the schedule sucks and the pay is obviously not that good, which always sucks. I mean, I think they should get paid more and stuff, but it is what it is.
Maybe we can start a Wes's whistle shop.
What's his whistle now? He can't whistle.
I make custom whistles.
That's why you got to sell whistles.
Yeah.
Be like a Valley Junction store or something.
Yes. It'll be there forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Sounds like a real profit maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like the train store or something like that,
Yeah.
you know?
The number of yarn shops that are still in business
Yeah.
is bewildering to me. So, anything goes down there.
Because what do you do now? So I know you say you work kind of officey, and we don't want to blow up your spot here, but like, what kind of work do you do exactly?
I just work with retirement plans, so I just
Okay.
have to deal with like companies that have retirement plans. When they have questions, want to change anything, I'm the person they talk to.
The
How do I
companies you're talking
retire
to?
right now?
Right now.
Yeah. You can't.
What if I get a keg dropped on myself?
I don't know.
I don't know. Never.
Hypothetically.
That's out of Wes's
Yeah.
I don't know if that
expertise.
counts as retirement,
Yeah.
but
What if Toll gets hit by a mail truck?
it's crazy seeing some people's retirement accounts, though, man. Some people, it's like, man, you are set for life. But they're still working. I saw somebody's account. They were still working, and they were like in their 70s, and they had over $1 million. And they're like, why are you still working?
Right. You should be at
Like,
Margaritaville right
Yeah, exactly.
now. Really? I mean,
exactly.
even it's just the state
You
of
are
mind.
Cash
70.
out.
You
Yeah.
are near the end.
Every day is a blessing.
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
You're guaranteed nothing at this point.
why are you spending your
Take the
time doing
check.
this?
Yes, especially as like one of likely, if humans continue to exist, one of the last people to like live a totally non-artificially extended life. Basically, you'll be like these last like
Raw dogging it.
yeah, totally raw dogging it. Where you know, if humans survive war long enough, it sounds like the Ray Kurzweil shit.
Yeah.
There's going to be people you're going to get like a Dell Megatron chip put in you. You know what I mean? Like you're going to
Live
update your
500 years.
yeah, you're going to update
According-
your OS.
Like,
Like
oh,
your
I got
phone
a
does.
brand new lease on life.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
78.
My liver works better now with the new patch update, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
We're all banking on that.
Yeah. But a lot of it probably will be that. So there's almost some dignity in being like, yeah, my grandpa died,
Yeah,
you know?
naturally.
Yeah, like,
true.
You know,
With $1 million in the bank, like a real asshole.
Yeah, still working.
And I took that $1 million and I got the porn chip installed. In that brain. And I love it.
it will be crazy.
We're getting close.
It feels
you-
like I'm curious. Obviously, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I'm going to shoot for a good 70. I think 70 is a safe assumption if I take care of
I
myself
would hope so. Yeah.
and avoid, you know, whatever, like lightning strikes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
potholes and things like
All
that.
the Final Destination stuff you avoid all
a
day
pack
long.
of wild dogs comes upon me.
Oh, I'll send them home.
Yeah. But I think about that quite a bit, like wondering, like when I'm old, if I do get that part of it of life, like what will be the cutting edge shit at that point? Because it's never what you think, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like Back to the Future.
I know that's the whole thing. Everyone is guessing was going to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's always something out of left field where you're like, whoa, now we have this? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yes.
We didn't even think that was a possible
Right.
consideration. And now,
Yeah. We're always at least a little off the mark.
yeah.
With most of it, you know. I'm excited.
I think we're
Or maybe anticipating. I don't know what the word would be.
I think the next couple decades are going to be pretty wild.
I think AI, the images of AI, there's some that come through that it's like, this looks like a real photo. And it's only
Oh,
going to be a
yeah.
matter of time where it's going to be like, there's going to be some things that's like,
That's
we're
within,
not going to be
like-
able to trust images online. You
I
know?
think we're getting close already. I can generally tell, I think, at this point.
I feel like I can, but there's still some. I go
Yeah.
on Reddit, you see some stuff that people post that are like, this was made by AI. And it looks like a photo of a woman or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
This is Jeff Goldblum with a pussy, and you're like,
Finally.
this looks pretty real.
I didn't know I wanted this.
I'm very turned on.
I didn't know I needed it.
Yeah. No, I mean, the like the amount of, I mean, it'll become commonplace eventually because everything technologically, security wise, will or does kind of, but eventually there'll be some sort of common sense like legislature or technology that counters the AI in that way of like, there'll be an AI whose whole job is to figure out what's fake and what's not. Or,
Yeah.
you know, something like
There
that.
will. I think they're going to have trouble because people are racing as quickly as possible to do as much as possible for as much profit as possible.
Oh, of course.
and we're gonna be in problematic. I think we're already
Yeah,
in
it's
this is
problematic
the gold
territory.
there's not like a gold, like a blue ribbon panel of ethical people that
Yeah.
are working on this.
Right.
It's
No.
people who are like, if we don't do this, China will.
Yeah.
So go
Yeah.
and like do whatever you got to do because we can't. Whoever comes in second place is the loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
If
in
you ain't
the
first, you're
worst way.
last.
Yeah. If you ain't first, you're last.
Our death robots are coming.
Yeah.
So
Right.
get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either we figure it out or China
Yeah.
does, and we're all.
Yeah, it's definitely like
Beholden to
the
that.
oil or gold rush sort of era of AI right now, I think, which is always scary.
I
'cause
also saw something where they were talking about how like AI is possibly reaching like a sticking point that they can't get past
Oh.
technologically. So as much as we're all like, oh yeah, 3 years from now, everything's gonna be different. Maybe, but also maybe we're all just kind of like stuck and we can't really get to what they're trying to do until some big breakthrough happens at some point, which will, but it may not be the straight race that we're all thinking about, that by 2030 we're all going to be living in an AI world and everything's going to be different. It could be worse. It could be bad because we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's just doing shitty things that we can't.
Yeah, it's just like PS2 graphics.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
Right. We get stuck there. Like, God damn.
Well, that's something to think about, folks.
Yeah. Then chew on that. Why don't you?
Yeah, late at night, maybe when you're having trouble falling asleep, think about that. Yeah. Here's a question for everybody from the scroll.
Oh.
Who's the person that has to read those like crash reports on apps and computer? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever have an app crash on your phone or computer, and it'll be like, send a report to to this.
Now that's probably AI.
Yeah.
I would
I
guess.
guess AI.
Yeah.
Would,
It's probably an algorithm.
asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
There
a
are
human.
people that have to view those. Well, I'm thinking of the reporting on Facebook. Isn't that a big
That
thing?
used to
of
be, yeah.
Those people like
Yeah.
that would have to go through.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
that-
like all the child porn and shit. There was a guy getting interviewed on NPR talking about how broken his brain is from
Yeah.
having to
From all the
look
dog
at
fucking
that.
videos.
Yeah, yeah,
he had to
exactly.
ban from
Yeah.
Toll's Facebook feed.
And AI is that's the kind of that's where AI, like a lot of the AI, the things you think are AI, where you're putting a question in and the answers and whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's an Indonesian person being paid 15 cents an hour to like work these programs. Like it's still, there's basically cheap labor, slave labor to a degree that's like having to be the back end for a lot of these things because the technology is not able to actually do what they're saying. So there's a whole layer of like humans that are still having to process through all these things to make
Well, that's
the
like-
AI work because it's not able, it doesn't do it by itself.
Yeah, it's not an entity. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
There's all that reminds me that I think we might have talked about this, but that the pig butchering, they call it, where there will be basically kidnap people in like Indonesia or whatever, being forced to write to text Americans with money and be like, "Oh, I love you," blah blah blah, and then they'll act like they're actually friends with them. So it's like not a quick thing. Then they'll be like, "Hey, can I borrow this much money?" And then they'll keep until that person's completely depleted. Meanwhile, this person in Indonesia is staying in a 4x4 foot room being tortured when they're not at a computer.
Oh my God.
And it's like it's this super fucked up cycle of
Nobody's winning.
Yeah,
in this situation.
it's pretty fucking crazy.
Right.
4x4 would be awfully small.
It's
pretty small.
yeah. But it got
6 by
across.
Yeah.
I remember I used to work like credit card fraud and dispute and stuff, and there was a dude one time that was shameless. He sent me like a PDF that was 120 pages of just conversation between him and this online woman that he was talking to. That he was going to marry, and he was sending her money to like have her come to America.
Of course.
And at the end of it, he gives this big long letter, and he's like, "I think they were lying to me." And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like, of course."
man.
They sure were.
Yeah.
You lose. Case closed.
Yeah.
First off,
You sent
Yeah.
their money
you're a
to them.
dumbass. Second off, yes, they were lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Bummer, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I had moments like that when I sort of talk about it a little bit on stage of like those early chat room days where you're just, it's like, I'm
Just
talking
out there fishing. ASL.
Yeah, it's like they're telling me they're a girl from Russia. It's
Right.
like, I believe it, I guess, because I'm in 5th grade and I'm on the internet.
I want to believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
Please let me believe it.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
just two 12-year-olds with boners
That's
going back and
correct.
forth. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Nigerian Prince scam, email scam. They still do that today because they still get people.
Yeah.
They just-
Yeah,
what
it's
I
like,
can't believe, dude.
why do they still do that? Because it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it works.
Yeah.
What?
That's like
News desk.
recently there was bots will still like your pictures, on Instagram or Facebook.
yeah.
or whatever.
They try
and
to
I
get
just
me.
like a couple days ago, all of the pictures with me and the baby were liked by bots. I was like, these are the ones that the bot was like, I'm picking these. I was like, I'm not buying it. Not that I
Yeah.
would buy it anyway, but I'm like, oh, this hot lady with a complicated name with numbers in it really likes me and this baby.
Right.
I better give her some money.
Yeah. I think she's into me.
Yeah.
Got something happening.
Very
Does
strange.
she know Jeff Newell?
Yeah,
She's one
probably.
of my 40,000 followers. As we're starting to land No Sleep Airlines, I did want to mention our old pals Woolies. A Des Moines Register article came out today that
Oh, boy.
kicked up quite a little dirt.
Yeah, I saw
storm.
some of this.
But basically, as I understand it, at least, is that someone who's a neighbor of Woolies has complained, maybe like non-formally or formally. I
No,
can't formally to maybe the city, but Woolies sounded like they hadn't heard about it, or they hadn't received a citation yet.
Yeah.
But maybe they'd been warned, whatever. But someone isn't liking that Woolies, which is a very important venue to Des Moines.
Yeah, and to no sleep.
And to No Sleep and to comedy and stuff. Someone is complaining about like the noise thing, which is kind of crazy because Woolies has been there for 12 years.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Chuck Larson.
There we go.
He's next door. He's an insurance agent and a big wig in the Republican Party. He was a state rep and he served under George W. Bush. And
Latvia or
so
something.
basically, the building. There's Woolies and then the rest. He owns the rest, and he wants to own Woolies.
Oh.
So what he did was he lodged two complaints for it being noisy when they're
Right.
doing sound checks in the afternoon.
Right.
That's what this is based off of.
Wow.
Because he wants that building.
Well, that's
So
right.
he's and so they, and it's going to the, I can't remember what committee, but it's
Yeah, it's like a
zoning committee.
something.
And so they have
For
to
a liquor
entertain these
license.
things. Yeah. So it's trying to pull Woolies liquor license
Yes.
from, in 12 years, 2 noise complaints for sound checks in the afternoon. Even though everyone around there knows,
Yes.
you live in the East Village, there's
Yeah.
sound, there's noise, there's happenings.
It's crazy. Well, and
So-
I didn't know the part about the like wanting to get the building part of it, but that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
People are,
That's according
crazy
to
like
me.
that, but No Sleep does stand with Woolies, as a matter of fact.
Goddamn right.
So we encourage you to continue to support this if you'd like. Woolies gave some ways how you can email the mayor and city council and zoning board of adjustment. Just saying that how much you care about Woolies and how this is all bullshit. And joining 1 p.m. September 25th for the zoning meeting. I'm gonna try to show up to that because I guess
What day? I assume that's a weekday. So
1 p.m. September 25th. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think they'll have some supporters there. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I plan on turning up even if it's just to like.
I mean, for
show-
people that complain about how Des Moines and Iowa are like losing young people and no one wants to
Wednesday.
stay here.
but it's not like old Republicans
Yes.
are complaining about that.
Wednesday,
You know what I
September
mean?
25th, 1 p.m. All right. But yeah, it's bullshit is what we know for sure. And
Wednesday.
especially as like Dave and I obviously we're running a brick and mortar venue.
Right.
We've collaborated with First Fleet and that crew. They've been, integral to like good shows being in this city. And
Yes, I mean
on
it's
music
a
side and-
mid-size venue that seats what 200 or 400,
seating wise, yeah, I think
400 or so. So
Yeah.
it's not we get arena acts with Wells Fargo, but the mid-sized venues are being snuffed out everywhere. They
Yeah,
just
it
don't
sucks.
exist anymore.
Muse's gone.
Yeah, it
It's a
sucks.
cool
And I
part of
hate
East
like
Village.
the newest one is so far out west
Yeah,
in
it's
Waukee, and I'm like,
it's old
ugh.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
And East
over
Village
that,
is
dude.
sick, and it's cool because it's right there. It's like a little like party district almost, because then like Blazing Saddle. And,
Yeah, it's a bar. I mean, it's a
it's a hop and
social
walk.
district. I mean, it's
Up,
it's
down.
Up, down, yeah.
Up
it's
down. is
really. I mean,
connected.
downtown Des Moines proper is dead as dead can be right now because no one works in
Yeah.
offices anymore. But the East Village is all like small,
Yeah.
locally owned shops and bars and music venues, and
and we
that's
like
our
it that
cultural
way.
center at this point. And
Yeah.
to try and
Yeah.
take Woolies away would be pretty sad
It'd
because
be
some
super
dickhead
sad.
wants to have a fucking insurance office there. Great, that's what we need. We need more banks and insurance offices in this town. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Yeah,
We gotta have them.
that's like when they build retirement homes in Beaverdale. I'm like, just what Beaverdale needs, a 18th retirement home. Yeah.
Don't worry, there'll be 35 more in about 10 years.
Yes.
That's the way it's going.
And I also didn't want to forget to plug Captain Roy's.
Oh,
You may have heard September 28th, 8 p.m. Captain Roy's Teehees on Tour returns. We've already started selling quite a few tickets, folks.
Damn.
And there's really not. It's smaller than like a Big Grove, so yeah. You might wanna get your
limited
ticket.
availability.
Limited availability. Thank you, Alex.
you go.
And yeah, I didn't want to forget to plug
Good job.
Captain Roy's. Thanks, buddy. And then I kind of fell apart there at the end, but that's all right. Well, I think this has been a great podcast, fellas.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Beautiful.
Shyla, as always, thank you. Our executive producer clears all the jokes and all.
I don't know
that
why I
stuff.
waved.
Everybody wave to Shyla.
Oh, I like that.
We'll get the Shyla cam. Yeah.
Charlotte reaction cam. Just her
It's just this.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No.
hiding underneath the desk.
No.
I don't
Texting
co-sign
her
this.
lawyer, being like, I need her out of this.
Can I sue these guys yet? Yeah.
Thank you-
yeah.
Thank you to Dave for letting us do it in his living room, basically. I mean, it's kind of what it is when you really think about it.
Sit and think about
Yeah.
it.
We'll get Dave a little mic or something eventually. Don't worry, folks.
He's the news desk.
Yes. We have to, trickle things to him, Play hard to get like that. Black Hat Ice Cream, as always, right?
As always.
BlackHatIceCream.com, Cottage Grove, Valley Junction, looking great, I'm sure.
It's coming.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
As far as we know. That's what I've been told.
What's coming first? Never mind. I was going to make
Venmo
another
at
cum joke.
Tobocow.
That's right.
That's what really matters.
There we go.
Yeah.
That local girl dad needs the fucking
Yes. Read the hat.
ducats.
Wes Cozad, the best guy. We established that. Don't cry, though. We all got misty when we were complimenting Wes. We're like, oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is getting really
He's pretty
sweet.
special.
Wow.
Yeah, you are a sweet guy. We love you so much. So thanks
That's why
for
we call
coming
you
on.
Special Wes.
Is that why?
Old Lukey West.
There's a couple reasons, honestly.
But,
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
of
It was
course.
fun.
I'll get you a better chord next time. you
Yeah,
know?
that's fine.
That was disrespect, and I apologize.
His big problematic dick keeps getting in the way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Wes's hog for coming on. I've been AJ Simmons.
Oh, I've been Tom McGrain.
West Cozad.
I've been Alex Carter.
No Sleep the Podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.